Hi, I'm in the heart of Israel's technology, the space where some of the greatest breakthroughs have happened. And I have the pleasure of talking to Levami, the CEO of Sarine. This is a technology company in the heart of Israel, which leads the world in some of the greatest breakthroughs we have ever seen, true disruptive technology. And I'm going to ask him a couple of questions about how did this company get here and where do they actually fit into the pipeline of diamonds as we know it and when it comes to the customer at the end of the day. Uzi, how did Sarine even begin?
Hi, Rami. Well, actually, we started back in the 1980s in emeralds. We were building technology to look at emeralds, rough emerald, to measure and decide, again, how to cut it, what shape to cut it, what sizes to cut it. And we moved in the late 1980s and early 90s into diamonds. Our first projects were in grading, cut grading. So we developed the first instrument that we developed was called the Diavision, Diavision, which was a device to help gemologists to appreciate, to measure all the angles, all the dimensions of the facets, and then eventually the device developed into a full and a complete software package to grade to do the cut grading of the diamond. It replaced the more manual or the labor-intensive job of looking at the diamond under a microscope and then try to decide what would be how to do the cut grade. From there, we moved back in the channel upstream into the actual manufacturing of the stone, and we developed products in the what we call the dia experts that evolved into more and more products in the how to take a rough diamond and decide what would be the best shape to cut it, which is rather similar to what we've done with emeralds. But again, we have to, in diamonds, you have to take to understand that the price of rough is higher, so that the yield of the diamond, of the polished, eventually what will be the polished diamond is more important. So whereas in emeralds, out of one rough you do one polish, in diamonds, out of one rough diamond you do several. So when we started, actually one rough was equal to polished. Now we are talking about one rough equal 10, 15, 20, sometimes more than 20 polished diamonds getting out of one single rough. So the job of mapping the diamond and trying to make a decision how to cut it is much more complicated and much more complex than what a human expert can do. You can do 2 stones, you can do 3 stones, you cannot do 20.
So when Sarine came into the marketplace and it brought this technology, was there an immediate, was everyone excited and grabbed it, or was there a lot of rejection? I mean, we had traditionally the stories of the old diamantier would take the stone and look at it and spend a week analyzing it, and here you are telling me that there's technology that can do it. How did the market respond?
Well, there were definitely some early adopters, and the early adopters that got it early, made the biggest profit out of it, because they understood early on what is the advantage of using technology, not just in per diamond, how this particular diamond, how can benefit for this particular diamond, but what is the flexibility, so that I can change, that I can, when the market is moving away from big stones into small stones, into medium stones,
they have more flexibility.
They are more flexible. So those early adopters that understood it first, what technology can do to them, they adopted it early and they made a huge profit, and the rest of the market followed.
So if I may ask, from history tells us that Israel was a major cutting center.
Right.
For many, many years, as an example, as was New York and places like that. And then we know that it's moved now to India.
Right.
Correct? I mean, India is the center of diamond cutting.
Definitely, number
down.
of stones, definitely.
Volume.
All volume also.
Right.
But the topmost stones are probably still being cut in Tel Aviv, in Antwerp, and in New York. But more and more they are moving. Even them are moving more and more into India.